To save your work and render it out, it takes a long time if you render all the 3D layers. So what you're going to do is open your layers panel, and you have that merge layer of everything, and if you haven't, you can group your layers together or render in chunks. But what I want you to do to your 3D layers is actually convert them to smart objects. So anything that's 3D, and if you have this part is one layer and this part is one layer, you haven't merged it, that's okay. You can do one layer per time. I've merged all, so only one layer to show you. So you would just repeat the step on each of your layers. But what you're going to do is you're going to go Control click, Convert to Smart Object. And what this is going to do is it's just going to compress the pixel ratio. Otherwise, you're going to be rendering for a long time. So it kind of like takes a picture of it instead of has the full data, almost like a JPEG versus a Photoshop file. So you're going to just do that for all your layers, Convert to Smart Objects. Then when you double click the actual icon, double click the icon, it's going to open another tab up here. So I have my file, but now I have this sub file of this grouping here, okay? So from this sub file, I now have all my 3D stuff again, which at the bottom of my 3D window 3D, there's now the option to render. Okay, so again, you're only rendering your 3D work. If you have a JPEG, it doesn't need any rendering. The rendering, what it does is it takes a long time. I would suggest if you're doing the die cut, render for about 20 minutes and then give yourself 20 minutes to do the die cut. If you're not, render for the 30-40 minutes of the class. But if we hadn't made the smart object, you would be rendering for a good 7-8 hours. So as you can see here, it's telling me that it's 12.5% done. I can hit escape anytime. It doesn't cancel what's done, it just cancels progressing forward. So make sure you take a time to go over all the sides to actually kind of get a good feel of your video being rendered, okay? Once that's done, you go back to your Photoshop file layer and hit Command S as in save, and it brings in the work that we've done on this menu. Okay, so you're just going to go through and render for a while, go back to this tab, and then Command S for save, and you'll see your rendered work. So I can't click back while it's thinking, but all I did to get here was right-click my layer name and select Smart Object, and then I double-clicked. So you can watch the video from the beginning again now that you see the outcome. So depending on how much time, you know you have to export this as a TIFF. That's in the next video. Depending on how much time you have, that's how long I'd render for. As you can see, my D up here looks way better now. So I want to go through the text at least once. It'll go through many times, but give it a chance to at least go through once, and you'll be really happy with the results. Okay? And then to bring it into the space, you click that tab and then hit save, and it will bring in your rendered out work.